Hey, give me a cold one.
Hey, tang, take a cold one.
Welcome back to another episode of the Game
and Dad's top 5 shitty things about WoW edition.
Oh yeah, there's tons of shitty stuff about WoW. We're just gonna go over top 5 in our opinion, what they are. But before we do that, please like, subscribe. For crying out loud, please like and subscribe. Share with your friends. I'm so tired of having only 124 subs and like 17 views on my videos. But I want to give a shout out to our most consistent viewer, Nat. I love you. You are amazing.
You rock, Nat.
Nat, you're my favorite person.
You're so amazing, Nat. I want to take this time to remind you, Nat, you beautiful woman, about our Patreon. We have this $2 tip jar.
That you do not have to donate to.
That you do not have to donate to, but would be amazing if you could.
But anyway, thank you for viewing our videos. We really appreciate it. And even if you're new here, thank you for joining us. So let's get into this top 5 worst things about Shadowlands.
All right.
Starting out.
Number 5. All right, so we went through a long list of all this stuff, and at number 5, we were talking... the raids, like, they're not bad. Like, we do like the raids. We have some problems. You were saying, what were you saying? You hated color and stuff?
Yeah, I hate that, like, the first one was all red. Like, everything was red.
Yeah.
It was like, it almost became very... everything's dark. It's very dreary. You know what I mean? Well, I mean, most raids are, but
we're, like, extra. We're kind of, we're zeroing in, though, because, I mean, we did kind of like most of the raids, but the end boss difficulties, that's number 5.
Jesus, great line. That's long.
Way too long. And just way too difficult for heroic. I mean, let's go back to Sylvanas, or not Sylvanas, I hate Sylvanas, but let's go back to Sire Denathrius. Sire Denathrius was just so long and so hard, and like, I'd say we're like 55%, okay players, like, we're just barely better than like the average is how I feel. You know what I'm saying? But like everyone we play with, unfortunately, isn't quite, on our level. Some are way better than us, but some are a little behind us. And one of those was a really good friend of ours.
Yeah.
I basically lost a friend. He ain't gonna watch this video, so I'll say his name is Stiffer. Yeah, we rated a guy named Stiffer. Literally, good like dude. The good dude. I like the dude, but he just could not tank Sire Denathrius. Like it just won't happen. Like he
wasn't in the cards. Everybody's got that fight that they really suck at. That was his.
That was definitely his. And I ended up having to sit him or tell him to go DPS, and then we immediately killed the boss after sitting him. So I mean, obviously I was right. But like that was just way too hard. And then, dude, Sylvanas, like, come on.
15 minutes for a kill? And it's all time gated, so it's not like you could just be like, oh, our DPS is up, so we're going to kill it faster. No, like, you are stuck doing the long, drawn-out run across the bridges and the chains and it's crazy. It's too long. Too much.
Yeah, it's ridiculous. I mean, the fact that you literally plan your second lust, it's not like pop it as soon as it's up. No, like you plan on platform 3. Everyone knows this. You plan your second lust. Like, it's just ridiculous. It's totally ridiculous. All right.
Yeah. Moving on. Number 4, lack of content. Well, first off, it takes way too long for new crap to come out, right?
When it does
come out, you get like 4 quests, and then it's like, oh, I'm all caught up. No, there's way more story that should be brought out. Like, there's so much stuff right now that like there's so many like open ends to grab. Hell, we still got shit on Azeroth that we haven't even dealt with. You know what I mean?
Like the giant sword stabbed into the planet. Like, oh man.
I think this will all tie in. I think, Sabal is going to wherever the hell he went. I think that's all going to tie in, but it's just, I don't know, man. It's just not. They're doing a really crap job of piecing it together. So, I mean, for me, all the Covenant stories, they were subpar. The Covenants themselves was kind of
Yeah, the
subpar.
Covenant
It was
stories were not that good. There was only a couple of good Covenant cutscenes, if that.
and honestly,
Um,
they came at the very end. The
yeah,
best cutscenes, in my opinion, were with the Night Fae and Elune. Like that stuff was sweet, but other
yeah.
than that, like I was just like very underwhelmed.
And even then, though, it wasn't like in the first 2 or 3 days you could see it all, you know, because
Right,
like, yeah,
right.
it was all time. That takes us to our next thing, okay? Time gating.
Mm.
Time gating has been terrible this expansion. Literally, to see a cool cinematic or see the conclusion of a quest, for weeks you have to quest. And sometimes it's literally one quest is your week story. That's it.
Yeah, it's horrible.
Like, it's supposed to be an MMO RPG with story. It's not. If we want to play New World, play New World, okay? Because New World ain't got no story. They don't even pretend. They don't even
It's not even
pretend.
getting New World. New World's in shambles right now.
Oof, oof. We're gonna do a video on that. All right, and that brings us to number
The
two,
worst. Oh, that's the story.
the
The
story.
story's crap. The story is crap, like we said before. There's too many loose ends. It's taking too long to get things out. Even when things come out, you're like expecting some more to it, and it's just not there. It's been the worst
Yeah,
expansion story wise. Tang has always like had me go back. I'm not a big lore guy, but Tang's a big lore guy. So he always sends me these videos of like the story and like the background, and there's no background on any of this crap. There's no story to any of this crap. It's just like all like made up. So it's not like you can
they
go back and
they
like, oh yeah,
literally just made the story and they just wrote it into the storyline. Like, oh
yeah,
well, we just changed everything about the game, but not really. But like, yeah.
yeah.
And it's literally like 3 or 4 big set pieces. That's it. We have a friend Ryu who does watch our videos occasionally, and I got to be honest. Like once
Love you,
I
Barry.
love you, Ryu. Don't forget about Patreon, buddy. But once we get once I hit 60, dude, and I maybe farm a couple pieces of the retarded 20 to 40K faction rep gear. Like, I'm moving on to something else. I'm definitely playing Halo in December, but I mean, from what I'm hearing, Final Fantasy, it really is like I'm right at the cusp of getting into tons of story. And then apparently there's like 30 hours of cutscenes in Final Fantasy right now or something. So
The cutscenes
like,
I've seen have been really lame, but I've only made
uh,
it to like level 11. So,
yeah. So
but anyway, back to this to WoW.
no, all right. So
I do say this with Anduin going dark, and we're coming out with a video here very soon about the next expansion. They have the opportunity to make amazing story and amazing cutscenes.
they
If they
do.
follow through with it,
They
I
really
don't
do.
know. But it has like basically government collapse and civil war, which is also a big pet peeve I have, right? So since I've played in Classic, there's always been a cool, like iconic figure that you kind of look up to. Like they had Thrall and they had Arthas, they had Jaina. Those were like all like big iconic people. There isn't that anymore. Like Thrall is very much like in the background. Bane is kind of like he could be a great character, but he's
Bane is set
passive.
down in the main city for the entire expansion. I just want to point that
Yeah,
out.
he's just
He's
tired.
literally sitting against the wall, just
Like a
smoking
fat cow.
bowls. He's just smoking
Yeah.
bowls and having food brought to him the entire expansion. That character's
So
done. Why is he alive? They should have just killed him. Like,
I don't know. And then you have, right now I think it's the blood elf leader is kind of taken over. They've never really even developed the night elf like leaders at all. Like I don't really even know who they are really.
what do you
So
mean you don't know who the Night Elf leaders are? Taronda is the Night Elf
or
leader.
night elf, not night elf, blood elf
Blood
leaders.
Elf? Okay.
Yeah, yeah. So and even Taronda, like her
You guys
story is
see what
like
I'm dealing with?
something.
Like, he has no clue about story. And then the one expansion I've really pumped his story into him is the worst story expansion. It's just
It's horrible.
it's retarded.
Yeah. So guess what? This guy don't care about story. It's gonna be skip quest, go. Screw story, I don't care. So yeah, horrible.
All
Which
right.
leads us to number one.
The absolute worst possible, terrible, makes islands look fun. What is it, buddy?
The Torghast in the mall, man. Just sucks.
It is. So you're saying hell's terrible because this is basically WoW's version of hell. So
Right. So that you couldn't mount for so long is horrible. Now that I play New World and there is no mounting, looking back, it's probably not that bad. But it was horrible going in WoW, like not having that option before, right? Horrible. Like that is terrible. And then the story in there wasn't even that great. And then you were stuck doing Torghast every week, and that was painful.
every week.
Not even that it was hard. It was boring, and it was dark, and it was stupid and repetitive. And it was like basically playing, you could do it solo or with a group of 5. It was almost like playing Diablo, and you get a couple little powers, and that weren't at all balanced whatsoever per each class. So I don't even care about class balance really, so to say. But if I can't even make it through the top 1, but it's super easy for like a tank or something to make it through, I think that's total BS. That's just me. Like
Yeah,
if
the
it says,
balancing
like,
was a nightmare. It was just like you said, dude, extremely repetitive, boring. It's terrible. It's terrible. Like as soon as I got all the legendaries I needed, like it's done. Stop. There's no extra farming. I don't give a crap.
Right.
There's no way. The only way you can make me do that crap was for a legendary, and even then, I still barely did it. Like,
yeah, I hated it. Like during every week. So, Torghast Mall by far.
and then the mall.
Go ahead.
So the mall they just put in with the patch that dropped yesterday. We went over this in our patch video. With the mall, they just freaking like, oh, it's just it's so bad. It's so bad. It's terrible. Like it's the assaults in there are terrible. Overused, just retarded. And do you remember when like the eye got too much and then you had to leave? Like it's just been terrible, man. The mall has been terrible. It's been rough.
An honorable mention I have to say is the traveling, right? So you have to take flight pass to go to a different zone. Rarely did you have to when you were in your covenant in the beginning, but you have to go through Orbos to get to the next zone, which
shouldn't be. I should be able to just fly to the next zone.
Yeah, that sucks. That sucks. Like if you think about it, I guess they were saying because people are complaining that there wasn't enough people in the main cities, this was a way to get you to go to the main city. But
if they would just make a better game, people would be everywhere. So no one ever complained in vanilla that people weren't in cities, and people were in multiple cities at all times in vanilla. Like, and
looking for raid is like ruined it. Like if you're looking for group and looking for raid because you don't need a guild.
You know what I feel has ruined it even more now is all the cell runs. So like where we're at, we're just good enough to clear all heroic and maybe most of mythic. A lot of people just aren't there, and that's what screwed us. I think the most with this boss was that after like 30 or 40 wipes, people are just like, screw it, I don't care, I'd rather pay for it. And I really
even a WoW dev is selling runs. So,
yeah,
I mean,
the leader of WoW is selling it. Like it's, I don't know, man. Mediocre guilds, unfortunately, might be over with. You might have to be a baller or just be like the worst crap tards on the planet. I don't know.
Yeah, it's terrible.
But
anyway, what are we talking about? Let's talk about some happy stuff. All right, with some future content that's coming out.
So
we have a game coming out that you're super pumped about.
Halo. I am super pumped for Halo. I've put out a video for it. I've live streamed some of it. I was in multiple betas. I'm very excited for Halo. It's my OG game. It got me into everything. I was doing LAN parties when I was freaking 12. Like, I'm super excited for Halo. We're going to run guild nights. We're going to do competitive runs. We'll be recruiting people. Like, at least I want a 4-man squad. I probably wanted to recruit a 4-man squad if I get my friends to play. Hey, Tree Fruit. Hey, Troll. Well, Troll, you'd have to log on, so I'll have to find someone else. But anyways, and it's just... it's a fun game, and it's very anti-cheater because so what if they get a quick shot to your head? You have shields, you have armor, you can dodge, you have your grenades, you have vehicles. Capture the flag is huge in this game, and like in Call of Duty, I always want to play this strategic mode, but everyone shits on me and hates that mode because they can't respawn basically, and so they get bored. Okay, but in Halo, capture the flag, you can be stupid all you want and still respawn. So it's baller. I remember back in the day, dude, me and Donald, bro, we'd get in a Warthog, blood gulch. We'd go all the way across. I'd get the rocket launcher. He'd slam me in the side of the base. I'd kill someone that was like defending on top of the base, run in, get the flag. He'd have the Warthog around the back. I'd hop in and we'd go back home. Like it's just so baller, man. I'm very excited for that game. You'll definitely be seeing some content on that.
Now that we got that baller update. Baller. But yeah, everybody, we are currently doing some New World. New World's kind of like in a little bit of a shambles, but from what I understand, they're getting some things fixed. We'll see what happens. I'm still playing it. I really enjoy it. I did hit 60 in it. Done some PvP. It's pretty fun. I like it a lot.
Very nice.
I did log into WoW today just for shits and giggles, I guess. You actually cut your sub, yeah?
I cut my sub. I unsub. Yep.
Well, he's done until next expansion.
Next tier.
Okay. So, yeah, interesting. We'll see what happens. But that's it for today. Thank you for tuning in. Please like, subscribe, share with friends. We want to grow this channel. Damn it. We want to grow it.
We want to grow.
If you're being selfish, you're keeping us all to yourself.
Yeah, stop keeping us to yourself. Share our content
with your friends. Just hit it up on Facebook.
Yeah,
it's okay. Everybody already knows you're a nerd. Just there. It's okay. And if you're a closet nerd, come out. Come out of the closet.
Come out of the closet.
What are you gonna do out of these? But anyway, appreciate y'all. Thanks for tuning in.
Gaming Dads out.